I know us Marxist-Leninists often sound like broken records with the whole read theory thing. I just wanted to quickly go into some of why we so often come back to the importance of learning theory. So even if you don't necessarily agree with us, maybe this will help us to understand each other a little better. Many folks get caught up in just the semantics of the slogan, so I'll go ahead and say that I favor saying learn theory or study theory over read theory to negate any accusations of ableism. Theory changes and refines your historical understanding. There's truth in the well-known slogan, those who refuse to study history are doomed to repeat it. Well, theory and history are intertwined, and this axim can be applied to not just history, but theory as well. While studying theory, you are exposed to the historical evidence used to back up the theory. You are exposed to many of the arguments we are still having today. So it could be said that those who refuse to study theory are doomed to repeat it. You are doomed to repeat the same arguments we've already hashed out for well over 100 or 200 years, maybe even longer. You are doomed to fall for the same traps laid by the ruling class, the same mistaken thinking of individualism, liberalism, puritanism, adventurist or accelerationist ideas, and so on. We've already debated reformism versus revolution. As revolutionaries, we've already debated anarchy versus communism. We've debated and examined the pitfalls of social democrats. We've examined why the state exists, where it comes from, and how to eradicate it. We've examined and laid bare for all to see the causes of fascism, the class nature of fascism, yet today we still have a need for these discussions because we need to study theory. If not, we're stuck in this endless cycle of debates forever. Marx said something like the point of the philosopher is not just to understand the world, but to change it. If we're going to change the world then, you and me, us together, we can't get caught up repeating the same arguments over and over and over again, making the same mistakes, falling for the same tricks. We need as many of us as possible to raise our class consciousness as high as possible to prepare for revolution when the conditions for revolution are present. Does everyone have to study theory? Of course not. But every drop of theory absorbed by every person is another nail in the capitalist system.